Today, the topic of discussion is stored procedure in PL/SQL, and in that we are going to study method for passing parameters. So what two main topic which we are going to discuss, two method of passing parameter, one is positional notation and one is name notation. So our main discussion is method for passing parameters. Okay, prior to this we have understood what is a stored procedure and how to create a stored procedure, and now we are going to understand how to pass parameters. So there are actually three methods, but in this video we'll concentrate only on these two methods. That is, will write an implementation code for only these two methods, positional notation and name notation. Let's start. Okay, so method for passing parameters in stored procedure in PL/SQL. Actual parameter can be passed in three ways. One is positional notation, second is named notation, and third is mixed notation. So these are three notation through which you can pass the parameters in procedure. Fine. So what are three methods? Positional notation, name notation, mixed notation. And what is mixed notation? Mixed notation is actually the combination of these two. Fine. So mixed notation is the combination of these two. So we'll understand mixed notation in next video. Okay, so what is positional notation? In positional notation, you can call the procedure as, suppose we are calling a function find max a, b, c, d, and suppose the definition is find max int x comma int y comma int z comma int w. So in positional notation, when you call a function, the first, this is called what? Actual parameter, and this is called what? For formal parameter. So the first actual parameter will pass to first formal parameter, and similarly the second actual parameter will pass to second formal parameter respectively. Third will pass to the third, and fourth will pass to the fourth. So this is the notation of positional notation. So when you call a function in using positional notation, using parameter of positional notation, then actual will be correspondingly passed to formal parameters. That is, in positional notation, the first actual parameter is substituted for first formal parameter. And you know that when we are calling a function, then the calling parameters are called actual parameters, and the called and the body are called formal parameters. Okay, you have learned all these things in C language or any other language. So for first parameter, the second actual parameter is substituted to second parameter, and so on. Fine. So this is just a positional notation. Now comes the second method, named notation. In named notation, what you do, you just use arrow. And how you create arrow? Equal to sign and then greater sign. Fine. Okay, so in named notation, while calling a function, what you are using is that for x you are passing value to, for value of x you are passing to a, for value of y you are passing to b, value of z you are passing to c, and value of m you are passing to d. That is, suppose what these are trying to say is that it is not required to pass consecutively or one by one like positional. You can pass any parameter for anything like that. Suppose the function is, suppose my function is fun. Okay, and the actual parameters, I want to pass x, y, z. These are three parameters. Okay, and suppose this is the definition fun, a, b, and c. What we can do is that it's in fact in positional notation this same value is passed as it is, but in named notation what you can do, you can pass x value to c, you can pass y value to a, and you can pass z value to b. So in named notation the sequence is not required. Whatever pattern you want to follow, you can follow. And now the last is mixed notation. So mixed notation is what? In mixed notation, you can mix both the notation, and I have already told you. Mixed notation is combination of positional notation and named notation. So in mixed notation, you can mix both the notation in procedure call. However, very important. However, the positional notation should precede named notation. What is this? What this line is trying to say? This is homework. This is homework for you. Wait for my next video of mixed notation, and then I'll explain this line. Fine. So this is till now is a homework for you, and make it sure that you have to understand it by yourself, that what this line is trying to say. So the following is called the legal. The following call is legal. Which call? Find max. A, B, C are what? positional parameters, and M is D is what named parameter. Then why this is legal? And if this is legal, then what is illegal? Fine. So you have two homework. If this call is legal, then which call is illegal and what this line is trying to say? Fine. So when we'll start with third video of mixed notation, I'll explain you each and everything very clearly. Fine. Okay. Okay. So example of positional notation parameters. So let's start with example of positional notation. So this is example. Okay. So we have create procedure. We have created a procedure named payment, and there are two parameter ID and fee paid. There are two parameter ID and fee paid, and data type of both the parameters are number. Fine. Okay. Then is fine begin, and what we are doing, update. What we are updating, student. So this means student is a table. We are updating student. What we are doing, setting pending fee equal to pending fee minus fee paid, where role equal to ID. So this means that this, to run our procedure, the method is this and table is this, and now you can understand. So you have a table called student. Fine. So you have a table student, and there what you are updating student and setting pending fees. So there is a column called pending fees, where pending fee equal to pending fee minus fee paid. And obviously if you talk about Smith is doing Amtech and his pending amount is 5,000. And if you want to, if suppose he comes and says that kindly submit my 3,000 rupees, so what will be the pending fee? Pending fee will be pending fee minus fee paid, and this will be equal to 2,000. Fine. And this is 2,000. So this is what we are doing. Update student set pending fee equal to pending fee, that is 5,000, minus 3,000, where role is equal to ID, and ID is 2. Fine. So this is what we are creating a procedure. So to run above procedure, what happens then? To run above procedure, what happens? See, I'm running. So what is the method of running procedure? Execute and then procedure name, and there are two parameters, 3 and 2,000. So what will happen? 3 will pass to, because it is a positional, so 3 will pass to the ID, and fee paid will be passed to fee paid. Fine. Okay, the second parameter will be passed to fee paid, that is 2,000. Fine. So what will happen? So the moment it will execute, what will it will execute? It will update student set pending fee equal to pending fee, that is pending fee is 5,000 of role ID 8,000. Pending fee is 8,000 of what? Role ID. ID is what? 3. And so what you are doing, pending fee, that is 8,000 minus 2,000 equal to what? 6,000. The moment you run this, now you see, now the answer is what? 6,000. So fees has changed. After running this procedure, the fees has changed. And see, it's one of the fantastic procedure. The moment, suppose we have created this procedure, now roll number 4 comes and asks that what kindly submit my fee, 5,000 rupees. So what I'll do, I'll only execute payment. I'll execute only these two things. Execute payment. Then I'll ask his roll number. He'll say 4, and I'll ask the amount you want to pay. He said 5,000. The moment I execute this, automatically what will happen? This 10,000 will reduce to what? 5,000. Fine. So this is the fantastic and very fantastic example of positional notation, as well as a very good example of procedure. Fine. Okay. So let's begin with some other example. This is the example of named notation. Now you see what we are trying to do here. We have created a procedure, create procedure, add num, and there are three parameters, variable 1, variable 2, variable 3, and all have data type number, number, number. We have created one more variable, variable 4, and data type is number. Then what we are doing is we are printing on the all the variable 1, variable 2, variable 3, and finally what we are doing, in variable 4 we are adding all these three variable. Fine. And after that we are printing this variable 4 also, and then end this slash line. Okay. So what will happen? So to run above procedure, what we have executed, the moment we execute add num, this method is what? Positional notation. This is not named notation. This is what? Positional notation. So the moment you run this, what will happen? 3 will pass to variable 1, 2 will pass to variable 2, 5 will pass to this, and it will print variable 1 is equal to C 3, variable 2 equal to 2, variable 3 equal to 5, and then it will add 3 to 5 and 5 10, and after that variable 4 is 10. So you will get this answer. But what if you want name notation? Then see what you are doing. You are doing that you are in variable 3. Now you are first using variable 3. In variable 3, what your value you are passing 3. So in variable 3, now you are passing value 3. So see the beauty of this name notation. You need not to put first value in first place. You are initializing first parameter, third parameter in first place. So variable 3 will become 3. Fine. Variable 1 become 2. Fine. And variable 2 become 4. The moment you run this, so see what you are getting. Variable 1, 2. Yes. Variable 2 is 4. Fine. Variable 3 is 3, and 3 and the sum is 9. Fine. So this is named notation. This is named notation. N-O-T-A-T-I-O-N. This is named notation. And the last is, see what the change we are doing over here is, again we have created the same procedure. Again there are three parameters: variable 1, variable 2, and variable 3. Again these have three data type, number, but there is one more part, that is we have added a default value. Suppose we have forgotten to mention or pass the value of variable 2, then by default it will take value as 0. Fine. So if you want to see to run above, so if we passed a positional notation, so fine. So I think I did not require to tell you again. So if you pass a positional notation, so it will print like this: 3 2 5 3 2 5 and then 10. But if you do like this, variable 3 you are passing 3, so variable 3 is 3. Variable 1 you are passing 2, but you have forgotten to mention variable 2. But what we have done, that we have already taken that if we forget to mention, if you forget to pass value for variable 2, then take this that value as 0. So what will be the output? Variable 1 is 2. Fine. Variable 2 we have forgotten, then it's automatically taking what? 0. Variable 3 is 3, and variable 4 is what? 5. 2 and 3 is 5. Fine. Okay. So see the beauty that you can use a default value also. So these are all theoretical things. So what will run this particular thing in Oracle? So let's start and run this in Oracle. So I have a Oracle and I have already created this procedure. So I'm not going to waste your time. Okay. Let me show you the table first. So let me select SELECT, select star from student. Fine. Select star from student. So now you have a table student where there are four columns: role, name, course, and pending fees. That is, one is of John, is doing MCA and his pending fee is 3,000, and fourth is of Shane and he's doing MBA and his pending fee is 5,000. Fine. So now we are creating a procedure on this particular table. So create procedure payment. Fine. So this is the procedure which we are creating. Control C. Okay, then control V, and this is the procedure. That is, we are creating a procedure payment where there are two parameters and is begin, and what we are using, we are updating this student and setting pending fee equal to pending fee minus fee paid. What is fee paid? Which we are passing, where roll number is equal to ID. Fine. Okay, let me run this. Yes, procedure created. Now we have to run. So what we'll do, suppose Tom pending fee is 6,000 and Tom want to deposit 3,000. So what will he say? So how will execute this? Execute PAYMENT. So Tom roll number is what? 3, and he want to deposit 3,000. Fine. So the moment I execute this, PL procedure successfully completed. So let me check what is the remaining fee of Tom. So what I'll do, I'll again check, select start from student, and now you can see the Tom remaining fees is now 3,000. Fine. So see the beauty of this particular procedure. Okay. So this was example of positional notation, and now let me show you example of named notation. Okay. So named notation we have already created. I have already created this procedure for you, so I'm not going to waste the time. Control C. Fine. Okay, then control V. Okay, and let me run this. Okay, procedure created and execute. EXEC, and the name of procedure is add num, and now suppose I'm using positional order 3 2 and 5. Fine. So what will happen? 3 will pass, this 3 will pass to variable 1, so variable 1 will print 3. Variable 2 will pass to variable 2 because it's a positional, so variable 2 will print 2. Variable 3 will have 5. So variable 3 will 5, and when you add this here, when you add this here, 3 to 5 is 10, variable 4 will print 10. Now see the answer. Fine. So variable 1 is 3, 2, 5, and variable 4 is 10. So this is an example of what? Again, positional notation. But I want the named notation. So what I'll do, I'll simply do named notation. So what am I doing? Variable 3. I'm using variable 3 first, equal to greater sign. So I am assigning variable 3 value first, then variable 1 value next, and then variable 2 value then. Okay, the moment I run this, now you see variable variable 3 is having 3, variable 1 is having 2, variable 2 is having 5, and the sum is done. Fine. So I've tried my level best to explain you both this named notation and what? Named notation and positional notation. So at last, what I'll say, I'll only say one thing which I always say is what? Thank you so much